All right, yogis, today we're talking about 4 positions of the shoulder. And I kind of want to give sort of like a brief outline of kind of the do's and the don'ts. The first one is shoulder blade elevation. That's when you're taking the shoulder and you're sending it upward. All of my experience says is there's not a lot of positions or yoga poses that require that your shoulder blade heads up towards your ear. It's not actually good because we already hold stress here and we don't want there to be aggravation when you get done with your practice. Even in downward dog, like you could see how crammed it is, or in a back bend, like how crammed it would be if you sent the shoulder blades up. You want to send them down, okay? So that's one thing. And that's elevation, and it's critical to kind of like look at each posture. Like, you know, one for example that many people don't think of is like when you're doing triangle pose, like when your hand is up in the air, a lot of times you'll see people sort of do this, and you don't want to do that. Like, you really want to make sure that even though that the hand is not bearing weight, that the shoulder blade is headed down towards the pelvis instead of up towards your ear. Okay, that's elevation. The next one is decompression, and decompression, in my opinion, is literally one of the best things that you can do for your shoulders. Like, first off, you don't want to jam them down, but you don't want them to be like up here, like what we just talked about. You want them to be down the back and really sturdy on the back, because that activates one muscle. It's called your latissimus dorsi, okay? And you really want that to be active as you do all of these weight-bearing exercises, and you want to keep all of this, the neck as long as possible all the time. And that comes from shoulder blade decompression. This happens in downward dog and upward dog, you know, any sort of strength position. You're really trying to just make sure that the shoulder blades are headed down the back. And so down the back is decompression. The next thing is retraction. Retraction would mean that the arrows are going this way and you're pulling the shoulder blades together. Many people do this in like upward dog, and it might feel good to a certain extent, but the real, downfall to this is that it makes the back so active that it becomes less mobile. And you don't want the back to become less mobile when you're doing a back bend, because that means you're going to take it more in your shoulders, you're going to take it more in your neck, and more in your lower back. The thoracic spine, which I'm talking about, is so active as a result of pulling those shoulder blades together, that what really kind of happens is that it just limits that mobility. And you want to take some of your back bend in your thoracic spine. It doesn't have to all go there, but some of it has to go there, okay? And that's retraction. Now, the other way is protraction, and protraction means that they're coming forward. And this is what I would call like a healthy position as well. Not that you're ever trying to get this rounded collarbone kind of thing, but to get the shoulder blades to kind of wrap around the back is a really helpful way to strengthen the areas that need to be strengthened. And so those shoulder blades wrapping around, even when you do this with no weight-bearing exercise, if you do this, you can feel how active your armpit gets. And that is really good for arm balancing, transitions, back bends, all of that stuff. You're trying to get the shoulder blades to go away from one another. So there's 4 positions: elevation, decompression, retraction, protraction. And so take a look at those throughout your yoga practice and see if those might be able to help you access some different areas or feel a little bit more comfort in the body. So thanks for checking this out today. Love you guys. Clean it up.